Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Genesis. My name is Hyunmo An, and it's my immense pleasure to be the moderator for Genesis press conference for 2017 Seoul Motor Show, especially at this beautiful booth where you can really feel and see what this brand is all about. I know you've been waiting for a long time, so without further ado, let us please welcome to the stage the head of the Genesis brand, Mr. Manfred Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Omo. Thank you so much for your kind introduction.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mensa.
Thank you. And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming here and for your interest in our brand, Genesis.
First of all, Mr. Fitzgerald, I've noticed that the booth design is completely new and different from the past. Could you please tell us a little bit more about what we're witnessing today?
Sure, with great pleasure. So, design creates fascination, and it also creates emotion. But it's not just about how it looks from the outside. So we think that outstanding design blends into the lifestyle and drives a positive change. We've put a lot in our thoughts trying to achieve the perfect architecture, the best fitting materials and colors for every inch of this new Genesis booth. So this new Genesis Motor Show design concept is based on the principles of simplicity, transparency, and light. And this translates into a bold and unique architecture with exclusive materials and fusing inside and outside through a transparent facade. It starts with a single layer of copper rising from the horizon in precise parallel lines. And this results the spatial transformation of one of the most distinctive elements of the Genesis visual identity, which is the copper line. And the lighting accentuates both precise geometry of the architecture as well as the value of the copper. And this booth is the expression of a strong personality, bringing brand architecture and product into one.
The booth does look fantastic.
Thank you.
And before coming onto the stage, I had a chance to see what's behind these walls, and I realized that there are actually a number of ways that customers can either directly or indirectly experience the brand. Could you shed light on some of these?
Well, I'm glad that you noticed that. Yes, we are making strategic alliances, forging strategic alliances with various industry leaders as a way to be more relevant to our customers' daily lives and providing them with tangible values in their lives. Let's start with the culinary experiences. We've partnered, as you may know, with the Michelin Guide last year in November, when the Michelin Guide Seoul was actually launched. We've also collaborated with CNN and launched a new channel, Origins, on CNN's online platform called The Great Big Story. So those who have not downloaded it yet, you take a look. And this program covers some of the most interesting stories about the origins of culture and history of many different countries, and obviously including also Korea.
I myself had a glimpse of some of the clips at the back, and they were so interesting.
Yes, indeed. And one more thing I would like to mention is our activities in the world of sports, and here precisely of golf. You know, we understand that there are numerous sports out there one could associate with, but the reason why we've chosen golf is because the sport is founded on two main things, on honor and responsibility. And as a brand, we need to both honor and be responsible for our customers. So everything we do as a brand, we do it to honor and respect our customers. And based on such notions, we have successfully completed now the PGA 2017 Genesis Open in February in the United States. So what we did, we partnered with the Tiger Woods Foundation to provide golf fans with a premium experience, introducing a new era as a sponsor of the premium PGA Tour event in Los Angeles. And this event was held on one of the most prestigious golf courses, the Riviera Country Club, featuring more than 144 world-class PGA golf courses. So such names as Dustin Johnson, who actually won the tournament, Jason Day, Bubba Watson, Jordan Spieth, Rose, Phil Mickelson, among many, many more, were all there and had a wonderful time. And as you may already know, in September, we are planning to open a Genesis Championship to continuously support also KPGA Golf here in Korea. And at this point, I will not go into many details about this event, but the details of this tournament will be shared with you in due course.
Okay, sounds like Genesis is truly on the move, and I'll certainly be looking forward to seeing what Genesis has to offer going forward as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the press, we're reaching today's highlight, the G90 Special Edition. But before we do the unveiling, let's take a short moment to learn about the real craftsmanship of the Genesis G90 Special Edition by watching a short video together. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the G90 Special Edition. And everybody, please give a warm welcome to the head of Genesis Design, Mr. Luc Donker-Volke. Good afternoon.
안녕하세요. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't this car amazing? I mean, the transformation that has happened by the inspiration of a gentleman's pinstripe suit forced us to actually emphasize all the fantastic lines of the car. The muscle around the rear wheel, the long bonnet, the dash 2 axle, the flowing roof. I mean, it's amazing how you can transform a really elegant limousine, well designed, by adding this second skin to it. And we have worked with a 51-year experienced pinstriper, highlighting our interest for craftsmanship. And this is exactly where our love for the brand is actually making sure that all cars have the right refinement, the perfect execution that is needed for the value of a perfect customer.
Mr. Donker-Volke, I am so much impressed as you are, but let's go into the details later on slowly.
Yes.
I have to ask you first, now looking at what's been unveiled today, let's start off with the most obvious question. What are the key elements that inspired you in creating the design?
Well, actually, the pinstripe suit, as I mentioned before, with this elegance, the way it tailors the volumes, I think it was really interesting for us. And actually, this car was also born from the inside out. It was, as the most important part of the car is actually the inside. We really crafted the interior with in basically dividing the different segments of the seats with the pinstripe, which is a nice piping, and also with contrasted stitching. And this went from all the materials that we had in the car, going from the silk carpets all the way to the dashboard, to the piping that highlights all the design elements, and to the special woods that are basically framing the whole ambiente of the car.
So it's fascinating to hear about the story behind your work, and I guess the same concept is blended into the interior as well.
Yes, of course. I mean, this is exactly, it's as I mentioned before, when you create such a car, it has to be, the whole approach is important. It has to really live from the consistency from inside outside, and it's also when you open the doors of the car, you realize suddenly how precious this interior is. And it's exactly like the perfect craftsmanship and the mastering of detailing that is important for us.
I can definitely understand why this special edition is displayed on stage here today. And having said that, moving on to you, Mr. Fitzgerald, I've been told that a lot of Hollywood celebrities rode in the special editions last month, and they all loved it. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I'm happy to say yes. As I witnessed their reactions on site. So as you may know, we partnered with the lifestyle magazine Vanity Fair, which is part of the global publishing group Condé Nast, in order to promote Genesis on a global level. So last month, during the Vanity Oscar party, the G90 Special Edition were used for transportation of VIPs around Los Angeles. And it was a real pleasure to see our custom-made vehicles being well received by, number one, by the media, but more than anything else, by the celebrities in Hollywood.
That must have been wonderful. Now I want to come back to you, Mr. Donker-Volke. I know that Genesis is without a doubt a design-focused brand, and now that we've seen the G90 Special Edition, I can't help but wonder, what will be the next step for Genesis Design, and what do you value the most as the head of Genesis Design?
You know, when we started this project, we were sure that the audience was not expecting to have such an emotional perspective on the brand Genesis. And Manfred mentioned about good design creates fascination. So we basically have started from the inspiration of a craftsman, and the same thing applies to the inspiration we got for the future projects from this fantastic architecture. If you look at the tectonic layered architecture of the stand, this is influencing for all the inspiring, all of future projects. And some are not going to be far off. So I think you have to get ready for them because I think they are astonishing.
I'd better get ready for them. Thank you, Mr. Donker-Volke.
Thank you.
As world-class designers highly recognize Genesis design, I'm sure everyone has high expectations for the future as well. So again, coming back to you, Mr. Fitzgerald, could you tell us what's in the pipelines?
Well, I won't tell you too much, but I can tell you this. We have many exciting things coming up. And during the second half of this year, we're planning to introduce our third model, the G70, which is a near luxury sports sedan. Simply put, this will be a younger model with a more sophisticated design, and I can confidently say that you'll be seeing a whole new level of athletic and elegant design. We're also planning to expand our eco-friendly lineup in order to achieve our future and sustainable development. In 2019, a plug-in hybrid model is going to be added to our lineup. And we're preparing to launch an electric vehicle with a Genesis dedicated platform in 2021. So, in a nutshell, it's going to be an accelerating period, and I can't wait to go through it with our customers.
I can't wait either. Sounds like a bundle of delights is awaiting us. Ladies as well as gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed our presentation. And once again, thank you all so much for coming. Mr. Fitzgerald?
Well, I can only add thank you so much for your interest, for your shown interest, and please stay tuned for that, what we have in store for the future. 감사합니다.
Mr. Donker-Volke?
Thank you for joining us here. I know it's lunchtime, but I hope we manage to get a good entrance for your lunchtime.
Thank you very much. Ladies, gentlemen, please give a big round of applause for both Mr. Fitzgerald and Mr. Donker-Volke. 감사합니다.
지금부터 G90 스페셜 에디션 포토 세션을 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 지금부터 G90 스페셜 에디션 포토 세션을 진행합니다.
Genesis.